Hey guys, welcome to the I Don't Get It podcast.
I don't get it.
Podcast. We are back with my pals, Naz and my pal Lauren.
Oh, Lauren, you're just a pal now.
Just a pal.
Just as a pal.
My parents.
My best pal and sister.
Oh.
Okay, so we always start with a little something we don't get, and today we're talking about naps because I enjoy a nap when 2 to 3 times a year. I'm not even joking you. I only take a nap probably twice a year, and that's usually when I am dead tired, like had to wake up at 6 a.m, or went on vacation and like was literally at the airport at 5:30 a.m, something like that. My sister, on the other hand,
Guys.
Lauren's a napper. I'm just like Ashley. I literally nap twice a year. It's a rare thing.
I try to nap once a day. My license plate formerly said nap time until my parents thought that was like a bad reputation for me to have nap time on my license plate.
not even joking. They were like, Lauren, what does that say about you?
I'm like, I like naps, you fucking assholes.
Lauren,
Stop.
what I don't understand about people who nap, especially on the daily like you, is don't you wake up so groggy? Like, wouldn't you rather just like push through the rest of the day and then go to bed early?
Silly Naz. No. I will be groggy if I don't take a nap. My eyes get so dry, it's like they must close for at least 45 minutes. Or else I won't be able to do it.
So you wake up from a nap and you're just like awake, like,
Yep.
hi, world. No,
Yep.
see, I would
She
wake
sort
up.
of is. I do. I wake her up. She could sleep for 2 hours in the middle of the day. I'll be like, Lauren, get up. And then she is better off
I'm
for the
much
rest of the
better.
day because sometimes she goes, sorry, can't do that with you tonight unless I take my nap. And I'm like, okay, well, like, go to sleep. And then she's good.
Yep.
Well, she's
you know
also a baby, like an actual infant.
I need to take
I
a
love
nap.
that.
I'm surprised I don't burp her.
Aww. It's the best when Lauren wears a onesie, too.
Yeah.
She's so... All right. Well, the biggest lesson here is there are 2 people in this world. Those that nap and those that don't nap, I think.
Truly.
Yeah, I'm not saying it don't feel good.
Well,
Speaking of,
that segues into our main topic.
Which is... What? What? Ashley should say what it is.
Okay, it's about the stories of losing your virginity. The one that I don't have yet at the age of 29. All right, so get this. You know how many times I say get this in the middle of a podcast? I say, okay, get this all the time. And this is not a pet peeve. This is a tendency of mine that I can't stand
Really?
after editing these things.
Get that.
All right, guys, get this. All right.
It's like a Harry the Spy. Not Harry the Spy.
It
It's
is.
like
It's
the
very
American
clueless.
Ashley movies.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Oh,
agree.
yeah. So it's
We'll
like
solve
send
that
me
then.
crime
By dinner time.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so I love losing virginity stories because I can't relate to them, and I just think I'm always like, tell me. It's so interesting, and it's like an awkward experience that I don't have to reminisce on my own awkward experience. I just get to enjoy the other people's. So
this podcast is mainly about something that Ashley doesn't get.
well, no, it's not that I don't get it. I mean, I actually will. I don't know. The reason I thought of this topic, actually, is because a lot of my friends are like, you're not missing anything. Don't worry about it. Like, it's, you don't rush it because it doesn't really matter. It's just not that great.
What we were watching The Choice the other day, and there was like a romantic love scene, and Ashley turns to us, she goes, "Is it like that?" And we're like, "No, not at all."
Yeah,
Not
so
at all.
basically they're really making it seem like I have nothing to really look forward to
No,
because
you-
all it is a guy, like, basically in the most animalistic act, just going, like,
Thrusting.
yeah, it's just not cute.
No, but guys, come on, sex is amazing.
She doesn't think that's
Lauren.
that
No, I
great.
think it's good. I think sex is very good.
Sex is
I think,
great.
let me specify. I think oral sex is very good.
No, I way rather have regular sex than oral sex.
I wouldn't.
Well, I wouldn't really know what to compare it to, but I mean, I guess can we be open about like what I've done?
Yeah.
Have we done that
Sure,
before?
that's up to you.
Yeah, that's up to you, Ash.
Okay, well, I've only done everything but and not butt sex. Sometimes I say everything but, and then people are like, "Oh, so you've done anal?" I'm like, no. Those people who have done anal but haven't done vaginal is like the craziest for straight people is the craziest thing because think about it. They're like, And, like, I think that that's so much more of an advanced act. You know, like, that's what you do when you've been married for 5 years and, like, what should we do to spice it up? And you do it, and then he, like, freaks you out, and you never do it again.
Right. I mean,
or at least that's what I imagine.
Right. Should we get to how
So you've
Lauren
done
lost it?
Oh, wait,
done
no.
everything.
So I've done everything. So I've done oral, basically, is what we're saying.
Yeah, so
but only with one guy. And I was 26 when that happened.
There you go.
No, you've done oral with more than one
Was I
guy.
26? No, I haven't.
What the fuck?
What? No, remember he wouldn't let me.
I like literally.
Naz
I
just-
just
Naz
looked at
just
Ashley and mouthed a name, and I didn't know he didn't let you. I thought you totally did.
No, you would have known that.
I really didn't. I'm telling you right now.
Naz.
I'm sitting next to you. I did not know that. So you've literally only had oral with one person.
Yeah, and
That's crazy.
was that 26 or 27? I was 26. Okay, yeah. It'll be my 3-year anniversary in June.
Oh, God. Dick being in your mouth.
Yeah, wow, that was a long time ago. Well, it's been a long time, yes, but it also was a long time ago the first time I did it.
Well.
My first time that I did that was actually really, really great. So I'd hope that the first time that I would, do the entire thing
That you
would
get
be just as
deflowered.
good.
You get deflowered.
Because it was just like something out of a movie. Not only was he like legit, Lauren has already heard the story and she's making eyes as if she doesn't want to hear it. And like, you're completely cool with who it was with. He doesn't gross you out. If it was with Jared, it would be grossing you out. And it wasn't, obviously, guys. So can I tell my story before we
because this
kick
is
this off?
technically
This is my first story.
Okay, Ashley's first.
Okay, I was looking my very best this month. I was like really coming into my own. I felt really confident with like my body and how I looked. Remember, I had like 9 months of starvation.
Oh, yeah,
and then he finally started talking to me again. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, I had that happy glow, but I was also still sickly thin because I hadn't heard
Yeah,
from
it's
him
like you just started getting nutrition again. Your body's really glowing.
Yeah, I was like just turned into a vampire basically. And I don't know. We were flirty, and the way he was looking at me was like the best look I've ever seen in my life. The eye contact was so good. And then
You were eye fucking.
all right, so we went to a bar after we were like in a friend's hotel room. He like one of his friend's hotel rooms, and he said in another language to his friend at the bar, he was like, "Look how pretty she is," or something like that. And I was like, this is the best day of my life. And then we left and everybody else stayed out. And then we like got into a car and I just felt so fancy.
If you guys can see Ashley's face
So
right
good.
now.
And then
Oh my
it was
God.
so classic him. We get in this black car and then he like pushes me away, which is like always his move.
He's a 5-year-old, but in a very cute way.
Yeah, so he like pushed me against the car door.
That's so hot.
No. Away from him.
Oh.
Away from him.
Oh, that is not
Like,
hot.
get the fuck away from me.
Oh,
He
okay.
playfully pushed me against the car door away from him. And then
Okay.
he grabbed my arm or my hand or whatever and then pulled me in and we started making out in the back seat. And then he took me to get tacos. And that was great because I love tacos. But then we didn't even eat them. He left them on the kitchen counter.
This story just gets better.
Okay,
The
but
perfect
here we go.
food for going down on you for the first time.
Yeah, totally.
A pink taco.
So then we get to his place. He said something like, "I am so hard right now," in the back of the cab. And then I was like, I guess it's just going to happen. So then the garage door opens. That's how he got into his place. And then the garage door closed. And he pushed me against his truck and legit had me naked in one swoop of my zipper. And I was just there naked in heels with him. And then we went into the backseat of the car in his garage. And then he said, when he slammed me against the car door, he said, "You're the sexiest thing in the entire world." And it was so
Your
good.
face right now is amazing.
It was so good. And then I didn't do anything until we went up to his bedroom. Because I was like, hello, I'm not going to do this in the backseat of your car for the first time. He knew it was the first time. Which was, yeah, good. And then what did he say to you the next morning,
He
Lauren?
knocks on my guest room door because I came home later, and he goes, "She did good. She did really good."
She did good. She did really good.
Is that what
oh
he said? It
my
was
god!
weird.
Yeah.
What is he, James Bond?
I know.
Bond. James Bond.
Real
She
good.
Really
Real
good.
good.
Yeah.
Well, there
He
you go,
goes-
Ashley.
He goes, "You taught her well."
Yeah, because we always joked about how Lauren taught me how to do stuff on a cucumber.
Well,
But-
what did he do to you?
He did everything to me as well.
Okay.
Lauren, tell him what you said when he was at the guest room door, and you're like, "Well, I had an experience with your best friend last night."
I'm like, "Well, I've had a lot of trouble sleeping because blank shoved his ween in my asshole." And
I can't believe this happened on the same night. What a bonding sister night.
It was so fun.
It was so
That's
fun.
And to top it off,
amazing.
there was McDonald's breakfast.
Oh my god! I was just gonna
isn't
say,
that the best?
I honestly daydreamed that
Walk
I would
of shame
sleep
breakfast.
over at his place, and then he'd surprise me with McDonald's breakfast the next day, and it was so crazy because my daydream actually came true.
Yeah.
I was lying in his bed. He's like, well, "What do you want from McDonald's?" And I was like, "Oh,
Like,
It's literally amazing.
I live
Egg
at number 2
McMuffin,
on the
egg white
breakfast
delight.
menu."
With some fresh squeezed OJ.
All right, so my skin was really happy, healthy, and glowy back then when I had my first encounter with semen.
Oh my god, that sounds like the greatest Star Wars porno. My first encounter with semen. Can we please film that? First of all, Ashley, the fact that you waited this long, you might as well just make a sex tape at this point.
And then get millions of dollars.
Yes, and then Lauren and I will ride your coattails.
Andy was
good.
telling
That's
me,
what I'm
Andy
trying to do
Dorfman was Andy really wanted me to auction it off, and I was like, yeah, that's just not going to happen because you totally know the guy that's going to win that
yeah,
auction.
but she said the ugly guy would just watch and you'd have sex with actually another attractive guy that they would also be paying.
Wait, auction off your virginity.
Yeah, I'm never going to do that. It's the craziest thing ever. I'd be way more apt to do a sex tape before auctioning.
I
off my
wonder if you could
virginity.
sell your virginity on Craigslist. Should I check?
Ew,
do you think people do
Naz,
it?
stop on Craigslist.
Well,
Let's just
actually,
see
people
if it
might do
actually
it.
happens.
Oh my god. Okay, wait. This is actually a funny experiment. Well, anyway, as Naz Googles this, I want to tell you about what makes my skin happy and healthy and glowy today, and that is BioClarity. And I love it because it has naturally calming and cleansing extracts, including green tea and chamomile. All of it is like basically coming from Mother Nature, which is so great. I love this stuff because there's a reduction in the number of blemishes, but it also gives me an overall glowy, dewy look without all that shininess, and it's not drying.
The shine is the worst. You don't want to look shiny.
I'm always shiny without this stuff, though. You know, my oil production, I could basically fund an oil company. Like, you could buy Ashley Eye oil. That's how greasy my face usually is without BioClarity. It's a 3-step process. You cleanse, you treat, and you restore. I know that Naz just started using it, and she loves it, too. Naz, well, her skin's pretty much perfect in the first place.
No, but it really has. It's like preventative.
So if you go to bioclarity.com, you can get your first month for only $9.95 plus free shipping. That's a $20 savings, and it comes with a 100% risk-free money-back guarantee. But you have to enter my code, which is GETIT. That is GETIT. But
So easy, but you guys will like it. It's
yeah,
awesome.
promise. It's bioclarity.com. Enter my code GETIT, GETIT.
Do it.
So, Naz, do you have any updates on Virginity's up for sale on Craigslist?
Yeah, so not Craigslist, but you can go to www.sellyourvirginity.org. .org. It is an organization, and
It's an organization. Is it like for charity reasons?
I don't know, but if it's a .org, I feel like it's pretty legit. So you pick like any part of the world that you live in. To qualify to have your virginity auctioned off, you must, 1, be of legal age of consent in the country that you live in, or where the highest bidder lives. So wherever the guy
So
that's
you can
bidding-
travel to him.
Yeah. Once you've decided you want to go ahead, contact contact us through our contact form for us to consider your application. Once we get back to you, make sure you are ready to reply with the following: ID proving your age, contact number, high quality images of yourself clothed and in a bikini so that your full length body is visible from the multiple angles. So then I did
You're
more
telling me that
research.
like a gynecological exam isn't required for this?
So then I looked into how much your virginity is worth, and Google came up with the exact price ultimately depends on the quality of the virginity.
Holy shit.
How young and hot the virgin is. Models can fetch over $1 million. In 2005, Peruvian model Graciela Yarrico was the first to break this threshold, although she eventually declined her top bid of $1.3 million. So, Ashley, what the fuck are we doing here?
She just want to see how much she's worth, that girl. Probably.
1.3 million, and that girl wasn't even known for her virginity.
Ash, what if you just put it up to see what?
But she
people
apparently
thought?
declined at the end, so you can say no after the bidding's been done. I'm not doing this, people. There's no way in hell I'd more likely.
That girl's really pretty.
I
Dude,
don't know.
notable
Okay.
virginity auction reports. Wow. Kathy Cobblerson, January 4th, 2004. She was a 24-year-old American, was selling her virginity on a website and hoped to receive $100,000 to pay off her debt.
Only 100,000? Girls, come on now. So, Lauren, do you want to tell your story? I think you've kind of briefly told your story before in the podcast, but it's a good one.
I can't wait to
You
hear
did.
this.
You
Okay,
did.
so
So you can briefly summarize it.
briefly summarizing, I was texting this guy. He's a bassist in a band.
Of course.
And he was 28 and I was 17. And I was pretending like I've had sex so many times. Like I was so ready for him to come home from tour so we could finally have sex because I was just so ready to jump his bones. But really, I was freaking out every day that went by. I was like, it's another day closer to me, like having to like tell him I lied this entire time.
So you knew, like, the day was like
the day
this was
coming.
premeditated
Yes.
losing your virginity.
The day came, and I was like, okay, well, I have to go to his concert in Baltimore because I told him I would like a million times ago, and I'm really scared. So I brought my friend Sarah because Asher's at college, and I went up to there, and he was like, okay, well, we have to like go by the merch place first, and then you just wait in the back seat. Like the back of the tour bus, and then the back seat. You wait in the back of the tour bus, and I'll come back in like 15 minutes. So I'm like, oh my god! So then we start to try to have sex, and he goes, "It's not fitting." I'm like, "I told you, I'm so tight. I didn't think it would work." Yeah. He's like, "Oh my god, it's really not going in. You weren't lying. It's really tight." And I'm like, "Yeah."
my God.
I'm like, everyone has a problem with this. It's always so tight. Like still playing it up.
Stop.
So then we like literally ran out of time. He goes, "Okay, well, I'll be back in like what, a week or 2 weeks or something, and we'll try it again." He goes, "In the meantime, you try and stretch it out." And I'm
No, he said that.
yeah, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll try."
That is hilarious.
Stretch it out.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of guy says that?
One who really wants to fit. So then I come back with Ashley a couple weeks later in the back of the tour bus. And we tried again, and it fits, and it was it was terrifying. It was pretty scary.
He also
Wait,
had the
did you
largest ween of all time.
And he didn't know I was a virgin until years later.
Lauren,
Yeah.
did you do stretches in between?
No, I didn't. At that point, I never even used a tampon.
yeah.
You would never use a tampon when a penis went
Yeah.
up your vagina.
Scary.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I know. And then after that happened, go, I could probably use a tampon now.
Yeah, that's what I said after the first time I was
Yeah.
fingered.
So
oh my god, this is so
Which
rated
was
R.
also at 26.
when you laugh, it kills me.
I'm sorry, guys. That's so invasive to my own personal life that I just admitted that.
Well, that's what we do here on the I Don't Get It podcast.
Yeah. So I wanted to mention one thing about Lawrence, and I know I've mentioned this on other podcasts, but I was at the front of the tour bus as she was losing her virginity at the back of the tour bus. Like, if you guys were really going up and down and like making a lot of motion, like I could have practically felt it.
Did you
not
have any
going-
idea, Ashley?
That it happened?
no, and then afterwards, I
No.
didn't tell her for months. That it
Yeah,
happened.
she sat in the car as we took the hour drive home, and she just had lost her virginity, and I didn't know. And I was like, oh my god, can you believe that I just talked to Mike? And like, he was the guy that I liked in the
Yeah,
band.
but I was actually pretty pretty jealous that she talked to me.
Lauren,
Thor's more jealous that I was talking to a hot guy in the front of us.
Lauren, how are you not like dying to tell Ashley?
Because I thought
whole
that she would
card
be
ride?
mad at me.
Really?
But interestingly enough, about 4 months later, she ends up
I needed a plan. I
pretending.
needed a Plan B pill
she
from
ended up,
my then boyfriend, who I started dating after this, obviously. And I was like, the condom broke. Like it was a full on
during the first time you guys ever had sex.
the first time we
It
ever
was his
had
birthday
sex.
present.
It was
his
so
17th.
embarrassing.
Is it
Lauren, you guys.
It was their 18th birthday.
It was his 18th birthday. The condom broke. Like there was semen like inside of me. I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm not 18 yet. I can't buy a Plan B pill.
Oh my
So then
God.
I go to lunch with Lizzie and Ashley, and I'm like scared shitless right after it happened.
So I was so mad at Lauren for having sex with this boyfriend
So I had to
because
tell
he
her
was a
and Lizzie.
loser of life.
Oh no.
And then I didn't find out until months later after that it was not in fact the boyfriend and that you had slept with a rando in between as well.
Ew.
That was your third.
Yeah, that was my third. But anyway, so that's how Ashley
Lauren's
found out.
face.
She was very pleased that I did it
was
with the first
very
person.
pleased the first
But the
guy.
boyfriend that I had then, he's not bad guy.
Oh,
Let's just
no,
clarify.
I mean,
he's not a bad guy.
he's like hysterical now.
He's great. He's great.
He's a friend now.
yeah, he's a friend now.
That's hilarious.
But okay, so Naz, you have a really funny story because, I should mention this. I'm having a very hard time as I get older in getting a guy to want to be my first. And I say that with laughter because it hides pain. No, I mean, I am really not appealing to men anymore at this age because the virginity thing, like they think, oh my God, if I date this girl, I'm going to have to marry her is basically what they think. Like that's how seriously they have to take me. And no guy really wants to take someone that seriously right off the bat. And like in part I can understand it, but it also sucks when you're like with people and then they're like, oh, sorry, like, you know, I don't think this is going to work because I don't want this pressure on me. It's like the lamest thing.
But Ashley, you should clarify that you're not waiting for the guy you're going to marry, right? Or
no,
are
but
you?
I'm just saying that people are going to take that. Guys take it that it's
Right.
that kind of serious commitment.
But you're not, right?
Not planning on it.
Okay.
No, I think like I've gone up and down throughout my life on whether or not I should or should not. But I'm pretty sure I'm at a point right now where I just think that I should just wait for the right guy, but definitely not marriage. Did you know that it seems? I think there's a stat. I think if you do wait until you're married, you have a higher divorce rate.
Yeah. No, well, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you never
You're having-
experienced anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Well,
and
not only that, if you're having,
if you're
I mean,
not-
sex is so important. I feel like to
you're not
long-term marriage,
compatible or
Yeah.
whatever.
What if it's bad?
Yeah. And then I should also explain. I think there's one more thing I needed to explain. Oh, yeah. How did I get this far? And I think the answer is a mix of being picky and also just being very weird about if things aren't right, if things don't feel right with me and this person, then I cross the, like, I'm like, no. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
like,
a
there's
really
only
good
been,
thing.
There's only been 3 people that I would have been like, oh yeah, I can do this and it'll be fine. And one of them, of course, is the guy that I had oral with. And you wonder why didn't you do it with him? And for me at the time, it was because I knew there was a chance that like maybe he wouldn't text me the next day. Maybe I would go weeks without hearing from him. I knew I was far away still from ever being a committed girlfriend. And I was like, do I really want to lose it with this guy and then like have to worry about when the next time I'm going to hear from him is?
I think that's really good. I think you
Yeah,
made a
that
good
was a good
decision
one.
keeping
Good.
it.
Very good,
And I think
actually.
you'll meet the right guy that'll like not care.
Okay.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, I think you will.
Lauren had a first this week.
Ooh, dirty.
Yeah.
But not really.
What was your first?
I had Gurky take a wag walk.
Okay.
Gurky is your dog, by the way.
Yeah, Gurky is our new dog. He's also known as Edgar on, our Instagrams. Just letting you know that like
He
Edgar and
has
Gurky
2
are the
names.
same
On
person.
his paperwork, he is Edgar.
Yeah, but he's his nickname. He's a Gurky. Anyway, we're obsessed with him, and he's obsessed with Lauren. Loves her so much. But he didn't mind going for a walk with somebody else.
No,
right?
so I was doing some chores around the house, and then I just requested a walk from someone. It's basically like Uber for dog walkers. So it's like, oh, someone's in your neighborhood, you can walk your dog. And while I'm doing things around the house, I'm like, I don't feel like taking them out now. And they take you for a 30-minute or a 60-minute walk, and they just take you around the neighborhood, and they give you little like checkups. They'll send you a picture of your dog on your walk.
Oh,
and
that's
then
so nice.
And then
Wait, this is perfect for
I
you.
know. And then they'll also they'll say like, he just pooped here, and they'll show you like on the map, literally on the walk, where he pooped and where he
No
peed.
way.
They
Yeah.
show you where he pooped.
Yeah, they're like, just pooped, just peed, and then they'll show.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah, so then you get a little report card on the end of the walk, and he really didn't mind it. There was this really nice woman who came there. Usually you'll leave like a key in a lockbox on your door, but I was home, so I just handed him to this really nice woman, Lisa.
Which is so typical of Lauren.
Yeah, I know.
You're so lazy,
I'm
but
so
this app is so perfect
Yeah.
for you.
But they send you a lockbox
Yeah.
so that
When
your
you're not
person
home.
can get the key.
Yeah,
and
they just put in
take
a
your dog
code
out.
that you give them, and then they can take him out and then lock the key back up in the lockbox when you're done, and that's it.
That's so convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like the best dog walkers.
So I'm like
She's super
really
sweet, right?
so nice. She said she had like 3 dogs of her own, and she just loves dogs. She's really doing it just for fun because she loves dogs so much. I'm like,
And-
that's amazing. That's what I want to do. So I'm
wait,
like,
I wanna do
I know.
this.
So I'm like, I'm gonna be a wag walker.
Lauren actually has her orientation to be a wag walker tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm like, why not?
So you're gonna be a wag walker?
I'm gonna try to be if I could pass this orientation.
Wait, that's such a good job
I
for
know.
you.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
And the services are insured and bonded, so like your dog and your home are covered just in case something goes awry.
That's so.
Yeah, it's such a good, smart business.
That's so awesome.
That's legit.
WAG is a must-have for every dog owner. You got to give WAG a try. Your life gets a little bit easier, and your dog will be happier and healthier from a little extra care. So download WAG, W-A-G, on iTunes or Google Play and search WAG Walking. Sign up before the end of today's show, and you'll get your first WAG walk for free.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes, Gergie's first walk was for free. It was awesome.
So why wait? Make your life easier and make your dog's life happier, and download WAG. Sign up today. All right, so you go ahead and tell yours now, because it's funny that you legit had sex with someone in order to have sex with somebody else.
Yes.
Which is what sometimes, not just you, but lots of other people recommend that I should do. So I can just like bang it out with somebody I give zero fucks about, can be really, really awkward with, but then I can go move on and have like a regular quote dating life. Not that that's something that like I
Sounds
really
appealing
wanna-
either.
Sounds appealing either. Yeah.
Well, I should preface it with the fact that I was in a sorority, and my best friend, her name was Lauren, not to be confused with the Lauren I'm sitting across from. Lauren and I were the only girls in our sorority that were still virgins at the time. Like, we were both turning 21, and everyone had already lost it. And we would get made fun of to the point where you guys weren't in sororities, right?
No.
So, like, fraternities would come and serenade the sorority, like, sing a song, but, like, change the lyrics to the song. And, you know, just kind of do fun things to ask that sorority for homecoming, because they would want to, like, go to homecoming with, like, a hot sorority. And so ATO was, like, our, like, brother fraternity. They were, like, all our best friends. So they knew our lives, like, in and out. And they came to Zeta, the sorority that I was in, and they start serenading us to the song Jumper. Have I ever told you guys that?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And they made fun of everyone, but in this specific verse to Jumper, they make fun of Lauren and I. And that was the moment where I was like, oh no, I need to lose it. And the line was, I used to hang out with this fraternity called Lambda Chi a lot.
So
and
did
they
Laura.
and they would be like, I wish you would back off Lambda Chi, my friend. You could unzip flies with all the guys, but you're a virgin. So if you never get a boyfriend, we would understand.
No
And this is
way.
150 guys singing it to 150 girls, my entire sorority, and me and Lauren are just like, like literally, like,
Are you the only virgins?
we're
in
the,
the
yeah, they're
150?
holding up signs that say Naz and Lauren.
Oh my
And they're literally like, if you never get a boyfriend, which we all know I still haven't had one, so joke's on me,
Yeah,
not
I know,
not
right?
Alpha Tau Omega at UCF. Anyway, so it was fucking fucking mortifying. So after that day, I was dating this guy who was in a fraternity. I won't say which one. And he was really, really nice. And I don't know, I just didn't have like that passion for him. Like he was almost like too nice, where like you're young and naive at that age where you just want like a bad guy. And there was this other guy in another fraternity. We'll call him other guy. And he was the one that I like wanted to be with. He was like my college crush. I really, really, really liked him. And so after that serenade, I went out one night with the guy that I was dating, and we went to a bar, and I got drunk, college drunk, and I saw other guy at the bar, like flirting with girls, and I looked up at the sky, and I said, yep, tonight's the night. And I was walking out, and my friend Christina, who you guys have met, was walking in. It was called the Night Library. And I look at Christina, and I go, I'm doing it. Tonight's the night. And she pulls me, and she goes, wait, are you sure? Like, you're a little tipsy right now? And I go, no, like, I am 100% sure in this decision. It's happening tonight. I'll see you tomorrow as a woman. And I literally left. I leave, guys. And I don't think I've ever told you guys this. And I lost my virginity to that guy I was dating just so that I would be, like, not a virgin, so I could have sex with the other guy.
Yeah, but did the other guy know you were a virgin? Was he in that frat that sang the song to you?
He wasn't in ATO. He was in another frat.
Okay.
So here's the thing is I consider myself like a classy person. Like I feel like I'm like a pretty, good person and not like a slut. Mm-hmm. But when I tell people the story of when I lost my virginity, I don't know if I ever told you that it was on the bottom bunk of like a room in a frat house where there were other guys sleeping.
They were in the room sleeping?
Like there was a guy on the top bunk. And I'm like so classy, and it's so weird when people are like, where'd you lose your virginity? And I'm like, in the bottom bunk of a fraternity house. That's where I lost it with the guy that I didn't want to lose it to. I just lost it to him so I could have sex with the other guy.
I have a question, and this grosses me the fuck out. It's different if there's like a room full of guys and you're the only girl, but Lauren and Maura, have you not had sex in the same room together simultaneously?
Wait,
I don't
Lauren.
remember.
Lauren, that's disgusting to me. Like, oh my god, there's so many feelings that go through my body thinking about seeing my best friend also next to me.
Ashley's face right now is the funniest thing I've ever fucking seen.
I don't know if we've ever done it in the same room at the same time or whatever, but I've definitely seen more have sex.
How?
Wow. What's that like, seeing your friend have sex?
Exactly as you would imagine.
That's so weird. I'm kind of with Ashley on this. I don't think I want to watch any of my girlfriends
I didn't watch
sex.
her. We walked in.
How could you not watch?
We walked in and we're like, whoa, we're like throwing shit. Oh
my god, that's so highly disturbing to me. So gross.
Was she moaning next to you?
No, I don't remember.
Lauren's heard her moan
Lauren
before.
remembers. She doesn't want to say.
I honestly don't remember. I know we've heard each other, but not in the same room or anything.
Ew. Okay,
this
so
is
Naz.
off topic.
No, I mean,
Naz, I want to know.
Yes.
How was the actual insertion?
Yeah. I want to know
I guess,
details.
yeah,
Because that's
sorry.
what always throws me. Like, I want to know all that weird stuff that goes on that you would never think, and what it felt like. And
So what's funny is that I was so proud. Like to this day, I am so happy with the decision I made losing it to this one guy. So I know you're out there. I feel like you're engaged right now. I just want to say thank you because I decided to lose it to him because I knew how nice he was. And first of all, we had to be like really quiet because there were people sleeping in the same room. But he was so nice and gentle. Like, Ashley, this would be a dream for you. Like, you should probably lose your virginity to him too. He was so like, are you okay? Because he knew.
Yeah.
Like, he knew. So he's like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you okay? And then like, literally, I was on the bottom, like super easy for me. Like, guys, I coasted. I don't think I like bled or anything. Oh, I really hope my dad doesn't listen to this.
I know this is a terrible one for
this
dads.
is really bad. What are we gonna do when our dad's
thinking
listen?
about it.
Ashley, what are we gonna do?
I don't know. My dad's not listening. Well, I guess my dad is listening a little bit. He heard. I mean, he's not listening at all.
He better listen on one of these.
I mean,
either
he
way,
heard the oral story. Is what I'm saying.
Either way, it was actually very pleasant and magical, and I woke up the next day feeling great, and I knew he liked me.
It didn't hurt,
and it didn't really hurt. It didn't really hurt.
It doesn't hurt. It's more like a pressure, honestly.
And he was super gentle. He wasn't like animal jackrabbit thrusty. Like, he wasn't John Hamm in Bridesmaids, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know, an angel.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah. So
I wonder
had
what it would
such a
be
good
like to lose
experience.
virginity to someone who knew that they were taking your virginity.
Well,
Did he
that's
know?
what I just did.
Did
He
he
knew.
know?
I know, but I wonder like how.
But
I would
here's the
react.
thing. Here's the catch, guys. Is can you imagine? Because you guys know how I am. If I like had deep feelings for him, and he wasn't, like that would have been. I think that would have been traumatic for me.
What about the
Thank
guy
God.
that you slept with afterward, the one that you did it all for?
So I did it all for other guy, and I have sex with other guy, and it's amazing.
How long after?
Not that long after,
Like 3 days?
no, like a month.
Okay.
A month or two after. I have sex
Did you?
with other guy.
I'm sorry to keep interrupting,
No,
but
it's
did
fine.
you have multiple sex encounters with this other nice boy?
Oh my God. You know what's crazy is I don't even remember.
That's so crazy.
I don't know if I had sex with him again. I should probably text him and ask. But I think he's married
other
now.
guy?
No. The
first
guy
guy.
that took it.
Okay.
The taker. We should call him the taker.
The Undertaker.
Anyway, so I have sex with the other guy, and it was out of all the men I've had sex with, it's definitely up there. I think every girl has a list of like all the guys she has sex with, and then every girl has a list of like the best sex.
Yeah.
And he's definitely still on the best sex list. And then I found out he had a girlfriend. So, and that is when the omen of the curse of the other girl, literally like God tattooed the other girl on my forehead.
Yeah, that's
And
funny.
that's why, I don't know. That's why I think I've never had a boyfriend, because of that. Because I used someone to have sex with someone else that had a girlfriend.
Yeah, it's really
And
funny.
I'm still paying for it. It's not funny, Ashley. It's
I
not
mean,
funny.
it seems like some kind of actual curse, like that a movie be made
It's
about.
not funny.
All right, so we're gonna call a couple of our bachelor friends and see if they're willing to talk about their sex, their first sex,
Their first sex. The sexy time.
Who should we call first? Who's gonna be awake right now? So before we call our first guest, I want to take some time to talk about something that you've seen on my Instagram for about a year now. It's Sugar Bear Hair Vita Gummies. They're the best. They're delicious. They taste like kind of like blueberry. They're just a magical treat. I'm not even joking. Like, I just want to eat them all day. Unfortunately, I can only eat 2. And they're not just tasting great. They're also good for you. They're healthy gummies, and they help your hair and your nails be strong and shiny. Your hair's shiny, not your nails. Lauren, you've started to eat them. You love them.
I do. I love them. I bleach my hair all the time, and I really need something that strengthens it. So I've noticed I've actually had a lot less breakage with this. And yeah, they're delicious. I mean, we were like, why can't I eat something that's healthy and delicious? You got it right here.
You found them. To try Sugar Bear Gummies, which I 100% recommend, go to their website, sugarbearhair.com, or look at their very colorful, beautiful Instagram. It's at Sugar Bear Hair. And you can decide on which kind of package you get. There are different packaging. Some has 3 bottles, some have 6, and you can buy them as a gift. It comes with a hairbrush. It's quite lovely. So that's sugarbearhair.com. Check them out. They are delish. And now we will get back to the show and call our first guest. We're on the phone with Sarah Vendel, people, and we are talking about how she lost her V card. Sarah, regale us with your tale.
Well, it was a sunny afternoon on a Wednesday in high school. And in high school, back in the day, you had half days.
Yeah.
So me and the boyfriend, which I'm going to leave the plot twist for the end.
Okay.
I picked him up in my first car, Scion TC, drove to his high school, drove him back to my house. Actually, the story is actually rather boring. I got to lose my virginity. I had red satin sheets. Why my mother purchased them for me is really, I think, honestly, the red flag for parenting. If your daughter asks for red satin sheets, you should know. You should kind of have
Red
an
satin.
indication.
That's like the most.
Sheets are so uncomfortable.
That's so Playboy.
That's something that you would see in a 90s movie and be like, I have to do that in order to get with this guy.
I think it's probably where I got an idea from. But regardless, I think the only reason my losing my virginity story is actually a good story is because my boyfriend then at the time, it was very sweet, very romantic. He just happens to be a flaming homosexual now.
No way.
That's really why it's only a fun story.
Wait, so how'd you find out? When did you find out? How was the sex? Tell us everything.
Well, at 16, it was amazing. It works. It went in. It did the job.
It
You
didn't
think, why
hurt.
not? No. Maybe it wasn't the best in the world. But
Was he
hey.
super gentle? Did you think that he was into it?
Yes. It was great. And that was, I mean, we dated for probably another 6 months after that. But, after a while, you realize we never fight. We want to see the same Jessica Simpson movies. we
This is
really get along.
amazing.
You come to realize maybe we're just better as friends, AKA you cheated on me with your sister's boyfriend.
What?
No
That's
way.
No way.
Not even fabricating. I feel so sad if he listens to this.
His sister's boyfriend was gay?
He was bisexual, but we knew that all along. Like, we knew that his older sister, her boyfriend, bisexual boyfriend, we knew that was a situation, but I just didn't know that they were into each other. But he giggled. He wears pink. I should have known.
Are you guys friends now?
I don't see him that much anymore, but I mean, we're social media friends.
That's nutty. Well, thank you, Sarah, for regaling us with your tale.
Yeah, Sarah, thanks for sharing.
Storyteller for you.
That was a good one. It had quite the twist. I don't think we're gonna find another one like that.
I'm glad to be of service.
Okay, great. Well, I will see you soon. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya, lady. Bye.
We have Danielle Lombard on the line. It is Lombard, right?
Yeah.
And you go by D-Lo amongst the girls of your crew.
Yes.
Can you share the story of your first time? Every single little detail, physical or just the setup, all of it.
Well, I think I don't know. Like, out of all my friends, I was probably the prudest one. Like, drank the latest. Like, didn't go out and party. I was the designated driver. Like, all my friends had pretty much hooked up with someone.
Mm-hmm.
And
how old are you?
I was really picky. I waited until I was 17, which I think that's like the average. It might have dropped because I feel like people are like sleeping with each other. Yeah.
Yeah,
earlier.
it's definitely dropped to like 13.
I think it's 15 and a half right now, which kind of freaks me
which
out.
is scary. Yeah. I was a senior in high school and I was dating my boyfriend for, I want to say like 8 months. It was a long time. Like I didn't even want to kiss him at first. Like he had facial hair and I was like trying to delay everything.
Was
and
it your first kiss?
Yeah, he was. I told him I didn't want to kiss him. And I was like, I don't like guys with facial hair. And he literally a second later, like sent me a picture and he shaved off all of his facial hair.
How old was he?
He was, let's see, he was 2 years older than me. So he was 19.
I was going to say, he had a full beard.
Yeah, no, he had like a soul patch, which I was not feeling at all.
Wait, he had a what?
It was called a soul patch, like only like a strip of hair like on the chin.
Oh,
it was so bad.
That's
yeah,
so
it was terrible.
Okay, so how did it happen?
He just kept trying like all these really romantic things and like I don't know, it felt too cheesy to me. So every time he would like try and make a move, I would just laugh. And so I think this was right around like the time I graduated and we were like getting ready to go on a trip to go visit my dad in Chicago for Thanksgiving. And I just went over to he had his own house and I went over to his place and spent the night and we were just watching a movie and we're making out. And I just told him, I was like, I think I'm ready.
So classic.
Wait, so like what?
And he was like, what? He's like, wait, ready for what? I was like, I don't know if you want to like have sex. I think I'm like finally ready. And he was like, okay. He's like, don't have high expectations like for your first time. He was like, I'll go really slow. Like, we'll just take it easy. Yeah. And it was really sweet. It was super fast. But no, it was good. I felt like, I don't know. I made him like jump through rings of fire in order to get to that point. So I was like, I think he deserves this now. Like, feel like I'm ready.
What was going through your head that day that you were like, today's the day?
I didn't even expect it. I feel like it just suddenly happened. Like I didn't plan it. I wasn't like, oh, today is the day that I'm gonna like have sex with my boyfriend. Didn't have like the cute lingerie set on. it was just like very casual and natural, which I liked. I mean, I'm not the typical like flowers and chocolate type of girl, so it was cool. But it was crazy because what happened was, like I said, we were getting ready to go away for Thanksgiving. So the following week, we left for Thanksgiving, and my sister knew. I told my older sister, we're super close, was like, hey, I like had sex with my boyfriend finally, and like talked about it.
Which is interesting because Ashley or Lauren didn't tell Ashley when she lost hers.
Really?
Yeah, no. She thought I would get mad at her.
Yeah, she was fine, but I got like violently ill on Thanksgiving evening, and my dad thought I was pregnant. And so, because he was like the father, yeah, and he was like the adult, I was a minor, he made them run all these tests on me when all I was just like had terrible food poisoning. But it was so bad because I was like, I don't think you can actually be pregnant a week after like having sex with someone.
Can you imagine?
Well, technically, I don't know that you'd be showing signs that early, but did you get freaked out thinking like, oh God, Dad could be right?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? I was like, fine, take every test you want. And then it ended up being like $3,000. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not pregnant. It was just food poisoning. I was super dehydrated.
Taking actual like doctor's office tests?
Yeah, I went to the ER.
Oh my God.
And while we were there, like, made me get my first pap smear with like a random doctor, like not my typical. Yeah, it was actually like a terrible experience.
Oh my gosh, all this because he thought you were pregnant.
Yeah,
that's
and
insane.
that was like a week after I lost my virginity.
I would have been like, yeah, Dad, if I'm pregnant, like baby Jesus is inside of me. Like there's no way.
So you're telling us that your dad, he knew that you lost your virginity the week before, and like this sex talk was open with your dad at 17 years old?
I think my sister probably told him, but was like, there's no way it could happen because it literally just happened.
That's crazy.
But yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Danielle and I only met briefly once before in person, so we really jumped into the vulnerability storytelling. So
Danielle, thank you so much for sharing
that. Thank you so much.
Oh, of course.
It's very private. All right. I will talk to you soon, I hope.
Yes, definitely.
I will see you in like 2 weeks. All right. Bye.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
Well, that was really interesting. I can't believe both of them had crazy twists in the end.
So insane.
Weird. What's my twist going to be?
Well,
you're definitely going to have one.
Everyone has one.
You had a curse.
Okay, the curse is not a thing. Don't point to me and say you had a curse. It's not a thing. I am not cursed. But I think my thing was that I literally lost it for a guy who had a girlfriend.
Yeah, totally.
Actually, your twist is how long you waited.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And mine was an older guy who didn't know I was a virgin.
Yeah. And then he got really mad about it afterward.
Did he?
Remember he when his friends told him, he like freaked out that he did something illegal.
Whatever.
Ew.
Now guess who wants my vagina?
Yeah. Well, anyway, you guys, let us know if you want us to do a part 2 of this episode, because it could be really funny to ask more Bachelor alum about their first time, because I always find these fascinating. So it could be something we do in the future down the road. Losing your V card, volume 2.
Losing the V.
All right. Boop. Oh, okay. Oh, and then make sure if you don't already subscribe to the I Don't Get It podcast to subscribe so you can hear more funny stories like this on a weekly basis. We love you for listening. Thank you so much. We appreciate all feedback that we get on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes, and you guys definitely tweet us, comment on Instagram, and use the hashtag I Don't Get It podcast and let us know what you guys think. Because just because we don't get it doesn't mean you don't get it.
And if you get it, well, we want to know. Bye.
Bye.
I don't get it.
Podcast.